日本時間7月13日、ドジャースの大谷翔平選手は、敵地でのジャイアンツ戦に1番、投手兼 DH で先発出場をしました。5度目の登板となったこの日、大谷選手は今季最長となる3回を投げ、1安打、無失点、4奪三振、1四球の快投でチームの7連敗を止める力投。初回には1球目から7球続ける直球中心の配球で3者連続三振と最高の立ち上がり。この圧巻の投球にドジャース側の現地実況を務めるジョー・デイビス氏は、ホッホッホー、バダビン、バダブームと大興奮の実況。また試合後のジャイアンツ側の現地局では、大谷は本当に厄介なんだけど、でも彼の才能には心から感心せざるを得ませんと感嘆のコメントをしていました。ここからはその様子を見ていきます。
And it is the 5th time this season that Shohei Ohtani will be pulling double duty as the DH for the Dodgers and also the starting pitcher. Today will be Shohei's first time ever pitching there at Oracle Park in San Francisco. Kirsten Watson is down on the field and she joins us live with more on Shohei Day. Hi, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Well, for Shohei Ohtani, it hasn't been a traditional buildup that we're used to seeing. Of course, an inning of work, then you add to 2 innings, 3 innings, etc. For him, though, it has been an incredibly intentional buildup. Dave Roberts today talked about what he hopes to see from Shohei and what this buildup has been like for him.
Yeah, today the hope is we can get him in the 3rd inning, and he's just very deliberate in how he builds up, how he takes care of himself, all the while still performing at an elite level on the offensive side. I do like the way that we're being so kind of mindful of slowly building him up, and I think that's helped. But getting into the 3rd inning today is going to be something. It's going to be a good thing. Obviously, early on, we were planning on not having him pitch with us until a higher build-up, as far as 4 or 5 innings. But his kind of anxiousness to get back on a big league mound kind of prompted that. And then from that point on, it's been pretty deliberate. That's kind of how this played out.
Has he surprised you as a pitcher with anything?
He's a little bit more edgy as a pitcher. I think, and I don't know how to describe it really, but as a hitter, it's just more easygoing and still competitive. But as a pitcher, there's a little bit more edge to him, and I really can't articulate it clearly.
So with this build-up for Shohei Ohtani, if we remember when he was doing his sim games earlier this year that were especially in San Diego, he made it clear that for him with that game and then having the real game later as the DH, it essentially was essentially like playing in 2 games in a day, requiring just a lot more energy. So for him, it just made more sense for his build-up to start being in-game, also understanding the injuries to the starting rotation and wanting to be a player who can help support, contribute as he can, since he is building up. So for him, he's continued. He feels really good. Dave Roberts has been really pleased with where the command is at, considering he is, of course, coming off of an elbow surgery. So for today, the hope is for him to get through 3 innings. They, of course, will be mindful of just how intense each at-bat is going to be. And then Emmett Sheehan is going to get the call from the bullpen to take down the bulk of this game today, guys.
All right, and hopefully they can string together a lot of zeros and get that win today. Kirsten, thank you very much. Shohei Ohtani takes the mound. That really is the story of the game, and also anything that perhaps takes our minds off a current 7-game losing streak is a good thing as well. With more, let's check in with Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser. They will have the call from San Francisco. They join us live with a preview. Hi, Joe.
Hi, John. This last week's making me wonder, what's it like following a baseball team that stinks? Because this has not been fun, and this is the team with the best record in the National League still. But the Dodgers trying to end this 7-game losing streak, and they've got Ohtani going today.
Yeah, you know what? Ohtani has his own day, almost like Kershaw Day now, and he can help this team win right from the very beginning on both sides of the ball, whether it's leading off the game and starting the offense or going out there and setting the tone as a starting pitcher. Yesterday's starter May had a rough time at times. He kind of melted down at the end, but Shohei can get him off to the right foot today.
All right, the story of the day is Shohei Ohtani making his 5th start of the season on the mound. His build-up's continuing, Jared. He's been really impressive in his first 4 outings. 31 pitches. pitches, couple scoreless last time out.
Yeah, listen, the last 2 or 3 times out, the first one, obviously, he hadn't pitched in a long time. He was a little bit rusty. The last couple, velocity's been there. Command, more importantly, has been there. Has to feel all his pitches. I'm hoping he gets deeper in the ball game, gives us 3 innings, puts up zeros. Good to see Shohei Ohtani back on that mound.
You mentioned it, Jerry, the command. I mean, I know we say that time and time again, but that's pitching. That's what you need, right? So hopefully we see him also getting ahead, get that strike one, getting ahead of the hitters. And because if you get ahead early, too, it also helps the pitcher become more efficient. So we would love to see him be efficient and maybe get 3 innings.
Shohei Ohtani makes his 5th start. He gave up a run in his very first inning coming back. He's not given one up in the 5 innings since.
Fastball command has been there. The sweeper has been outstanding. Against left-handed hitters, they're hitting below 100, and that's probably because of the fastball in and the splitter. He has just thrown the ball really, really well, and it's tantalizing to think this guy could ever be out there for 6 or 7 innings, but this is going to be a very slow buildup as you see the pitch counts from the first 4 starts.
Dave Roberts said there's a chance we'll get into the 3rd today. It would not be a surprise, though, to see him just go with 2 innings again. 2 scoreless innings against the Astros his last time. Struck out the side in his 2nd inning of work. 6 Ks to just 1 walk so far. Only 3 hits and all of them singles.
It was a surprise to see him throw ball 1. He's almost 80% first pitch strikes.
Ball and a strike on Mike Yastrzemski, who's homered against Ohtani before. Fastball to the knees, and it's 1-2.
98. See how easy you can throw hard. It is a very smooth delivery with the windup this year, and it comes out hard.
It's touched 102. After going more than a year without pitching. Swing and a miss up to 99. Dialed through that mill slot at the top of the zone for the first out.
Well, the first 3 pitches he was trying to be down by the knees and was. Here he goes up the ladder with 99 and beats him easily. That camera angle right there, you can see how hard it would be to hit.
1 away, Elliot Ramos. If Ohtani and Sheehan and the crew get 7 strikeouts in this game, everybody gets a jumbo jack to wrap up the first half with.
Down the middle.
Bada bing, bada boom. 98, 99, 100. And back-to-back Ks to start Ohtani's afternoon.
Back up the ladder. Back up the velocity.
Giants are the worst high-velocity hitting team in the National League. Devers. Strike 1. Started him with a cutter.
Everybody who wanted to sign him boos him.
So everybody boos him?
He doesn't get booed in the small markets.
That's true. Well, I think they wanted to. They just...
we couldn't afford him.
Yeah. It's like, I'd love to buy a boat, but it's not going to happen. Out of the 1-2 from Ohtani. Lets that pitch clock run out. Delivers and strikes out the side in the first inning. That is 6 consecutive Ks. Back to the 2nd inning of work against the Astros is completely dialed in.
On the hill today for the Dodgers will be the right-hander Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani's 6'3", 210-pounder. He's 31 years of age in his 8th year at the big league level. This is what he's done so far. Rehabbing after Tommy John surgery, they brought him along slowly. 4 starts, and in those 4 starts, he's thrown 5 innings, or 6 innings rather. He's struck out 6. He's walked 1. He gave up 1 run in his first outing, and since that time, he hasn't given up another run.
So here's Mike Yastrzemski. He does have a home run lifetime against Ohtani. Last night he was 1 for 3. Pops this one high and out of play. Giants have won 7 of 9. They're 10 games over 500 at home. Right there at the knees.
That is Mike Yastrzemski's zone right there, down and in.
It really is.
Climb the ladder with a fastball. So, been nothing but fastballs so far, and they've all been impressive. The strike three pitch to Yastrzemski at 99 here. The strike three pitch to Ramos, 100 miles an hour.
Here's Devers. Devers said, well, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going after him.
And he gets a first pitch cutter. Perfectly placed right on the inside corner, just below the hands.
Oh, 2.
And there's the more conventional slider. Devers is taking a timeout, and he's asking, rushing the catcher. He threw the other guy's fastballs. Little reach back velocity at a hundo. He's unique.
Oh. Got him. So Ohtani strikes out the side.
Is 0-1 to Chapman. Grounded to short. First ball in play. First out of the second. For more on Ohtani, the pitcher, down to Kirsten.
Thanks, Joe. Well, Dave Roberts today shared that he's kind of been having to relearn a new player. Of course, he has known Shohei Ohtani as the DH for a whole year and a half now. And he was saying when you look at the hitter, it's a bit more easygoing. Yes, of course, a competitor, but now learning him through his 5 starts now as a pitcher, he said there's a bit more of an edge to him. So it has been a different interactions on those start days that he's been learning and finding different ways to kind of navigate that. But he said it's been fun to now see this kind of split personality of Shohei Ohtani.
Misses with his first pitch to Willy Adames. Well, look, hitting is something that he does. Pitching is who he is. That goes way back into his teenage days, his earliest days playing baseball in Japan. Adames climbs the ladder and flies this one into the bright sunshine at third for Tommy Edman, who's got it 2 away.
Well, pitching is who he is. He's doing pretty well. The first 2 batters in his first start against San Diego got hits. Since then, the batters in the league are 2 for 25 with 9 Ks.
Jung-Hoo Lee, who was also born in Japan. We talk about him being from Korea, but Jung-Hoo Lee was born in Japan because his father, who's a Korean baseball legend, was playing in Japan. He had graduated from the KBO to the professional leagues in Japan. And so that 51 that you see Jung-Hoo Lee wear, that's because Ichiro was his favorite player. The Japanese connection. 3 hits yesterday for Lee, knocked in 3 runs. And hitting .355 this month. Takes the walk on 4 pitches. It's only the second walk that Ohtani's issued this year. Giants have their first base runner, and with 2 gone, up comes Casey Schmidt. Back in there, strike 1. In on him with 97. Betts is there. That's the inning.
And they do it with the pitching. Shohei Ohtani with 3 shutout innings. He struck out 4. How about Sheehan? He went 4 1/3. Gave up just 2 hits on the run, but 3 strikeouts. They really befuddled the Giants. And Landon Root gets their hard luck loss. He's been dynamic over his last 5 starts. But again, the Giants dropped this one to fall 5 games behind the LA Dodgers in the National League West. So it doesn't get it done there. The Giants, man, they just cannot touch the Dodger pitching today.
That was the key. I mean, we hear about all the Dodger offense and how good their offense is and how many runs they score per game. But today, I mean, Shohei Ohtani was absolutely nasty on the mound. And then Sheehan was as advertised. I mean, they couldn't muster up a hit against him until his last inning of work.
And that's the Dodgers pitchers. Look at that stat line there. I mean, Sheehan was so impressive. He had gone at least 15 innings without giving up a hit to the Giants over their lifetime of his career. But Shohei Ohtani, that first inning, I can't get it out of my mind, Georgie. Struck out the side on just 11 pitches there. And he went 3 innings today, by far his longest start of the season.
I will say this, when Shohei Ohtani is at our ballpark or we're at their ballpark and we're playing against him, it's quite annoying, but you really have to just be impressed with the type of talent that this guy is. I mean, he's got 32 homers, and he's throwing 100 miles an hour. He went out and punched out the side, got another strikeout there in the third. He's back. I mean, obviously, they want him to ease back into it. They have the bat of his that he needs to be in the lineup, so they're going to get him slowly back into the order.
It's follow-up for Otani's question, and I know you've been watching him since he came here because you're he's a manager. So compared to like before surgery, and then he came back to surgery.
Yeah.
What did you think? And then was there any differences?
A little bit. I mean, you know, he threw a lot more split finger pitches, maybe a little bit of a lower arm slot now. Fastball velocity was there, has a really good sweeper. Seems like he's leaning on those two pitches where had a little, like I said, a little more over the top last time and threw his split more.
And we talk a lot about how the starting pitcher can set the tone for the game, Nomar. And today, Shohei Ohtani did exactly that. 3 scoreless innings, his longest outing since having his second elbow surgery.
And he looked great once again. I mean, the life on that fastball. You know, listening to the game and listening to Oro, and I've heard him say this before, it's like seeing how easy you can throw hard. And that's a great way to really put the way Shohei has been out there. He looks like he's just kind of throwing really easy, and the life on his fastball. And then, he's got a breaking ball to go with it, the breaking stuff. But he just looks like when he's on the mound, he's relaxed, he's calm, and he's in control.
What are we looking at here? Seriously, what are we looking at here? This guy, we saw him go 50-50 last year. He's an offensive force. And today, when I say complete control, he could have given us 5 innings. That's how smooth he is. But remember, it's all about the long game, making sure you have that buildup. That delivery, he has found something. Again, now this is going to save his arm. I think he's going to allow him to pitch a lot deeper in his baseball career. I love the delivery. It takes less stress off his shoulder and arm. All the momentum. He looks very athletic on the mound.
I mean, when you think about it, just 36 pitches. It wasn't a lot. I mean, he was so efficient. And you're right. It's probably one of those you're scratching your head. Obviously, long game, but you're like, man, do you go for that extra inning? Because he totally could have gone out there.
These are basically rehab outings he is making at the big league level, and he's making it look easy on the mound. Let's hear from Shohei right now. He's standing by with Kirsten and the media.
Shohei, with this build-up, how would you describe just getting into the 3rd inning, the success you were having on the mound, and just where you're feeling right now?
3イニング目投げれて今の投げてる感覚、結果残している理由とは。どうですか。まあ球数もある程度少なめに、はい、3イニング投げれたっていうのはいい進歩だったかなと思いますし、まあチームがなかなか勝ててない中で先制点を挙げなかったっていうのは良かったんじゃないかなと思います。Just overall, very efficient outing, 3 innings today, and I was glad that I was able to prevent runs, and that we were able to, keep the lead throughout the game.
Pitching today was excellent. Obviously, the offense putting up the 2 runs. How good does it feel after the 7-game losing streak to get back into the win column?
7連敗後の勝利っていうのはチームにとってどういうことなんでしょうか。そうです。まあ惜しい試合もあったと思いますし、昨日ももちろん劣勢の中で追い上げて最後惜しいところまで行ってたと思うので、必ずしも悪い試合ばかりではなかったかなとは思いますし、この1勝をきっかけにまた連勝できればいいんじゃないかなと思います。 Throughout the losing streak, we played pretty good games in there too. So it's good to finally put a W on the board, and I hope that this is the beginning of a bunch of wins to come.
How confident are you in your ability to overpower hitters? How confident are you in your ability to overpower hitters right now, just where your stuff is at?
今球質とか、打者を圧倒しているというところでは納得していますかと。そうです。比較的コマンドが安定しているっていうのも、スタッフがいい以上に自分が投げやすいポイントかなとは思うので、そこに対して常にゾーンでアタックできているのがいい要因かなと思います。Aside from the stuff, I'm more happy with the command of my pitches and being able to attack the zone.
Your velocity is up a little bit from where it was. You threw 64% 4-seam today. Just how happy are you with that fastball, and just why have you thrown a little harder this time out?
ストレートのスピードと割合的には多いと思うんですけども、ストレートのことに関してどう思いますか。 そうです。今日はもうストレートでいけそうな雰囲気があったのでどんどん投げましたし、そうじゃない時は変化球でしっかりとカウントも空振りも取れる、どちらを選択してもいけるっていうのが理想的だと思うので、今日はそのうちのまっすぐ多めに選んだという感じかなと思います。
Ideally, I like to be able to, attack the zone with either fastball or off speed, and it just really depends on that day how I feel. And today it was one of those days where my fastball felt pretty good, so I leaned on it a little bit more today.
10 years ago, I think it was 2015, I was watching some highlight stuff from a kid from Japan who was 20, 21, hitting light tower homers and throwing 100 miles an hour. I'm like, uh-oh, this kid's coming. Boy, is he here. To see him pitch, he's a pitcher. He's not a thrower. For him to be this sharp so quickly is so impressive, man. We see guys come off injury, and they're trying to find it. He's been hitting all this time, raking, not just hitting, being a difference maker. And, man, we get to see him. How many more years? 9?
We got 8 after this.
8?
Yeah.
We're going to give him an extension, give him another 9. Okay?
Yeah.
Wow. Fun to watch.
It was fun to watch the Dodgers' entire pitching staff today. The man behind the plate for this one, Dalton Rushing, is with Kirsten and the media.
Dalton, obviously, just how you and the pitchers navigated through their lineup today was excellent. What was just kind of the key in the game plan in which you've been seeing from their offense and how you guys were able to limit it?
I think the plan was just get ahead and then let Shohei and Emmett kind of do their thing and get a lot of swings. We did a good job of getting ahead against these guys from first pitch of the game. Emmett did a great job coming in, following up what Shohei did. And when you get ahead as a pitcher, it makes your job a little easier.
I talked a little bit about kind of just leaning on the fastball. Emmett talked about how that part of that was the game plan. But what have you been seeing just from Shohei with this buildup, and also just how he's been able to lock back in with the fastball and the command there?
Yeah, it's he threw a lot of fastballs to start his outing, and kind of recognized that, hey, we've got him on one side of the ball. Let's kind of flip the script on him a little bit. That's what he did the second and third inning, and then that just, like I said, allowed us, me and Emmett, throughout the rest of the game to kind of keep him in between. And that was my main goal coming into today. Don't let them sell out to one side of the plate, one pitch, and allow them to do their thing as hitters. And it makes hitting a lot harder when, like I said, you get ahead and then you execute a couple off speed.
Does it be so aggressive with his fastball? What's that sort of say about just how his stuff has been playing?
I think it goes two ways. It makes guys think in the box a little bit. You're getting fed fastball after fastball after fastball, and most of these guys aren't used to that, and obviously it's a good fastball. It's one that he's used over the course of his career and been very successful with it. So yeah, I think it threw them for a loop more than anything, but also, like I said, he kind of flipped the script on them in the second and third inning, just being able to throw some off speed in there for strikes early.
It was good today. Obviously, it feels a lot better today sitting here than it did the last 7 days. I just thought, obviously, it started with Shohei. You can just see, and we talked a little bit about it before the game, that different demeanor that he carries on days that he pitches, and you could see it with the first inning with the 3 strikeouts, and kind of taking it from there. He was competed, put us in a good spot, get the game going.
And Dalton said that, as well as some of the guys just kind of talked about relying on the fastball. A lot of that was game plan heavy, but to see how Shohei's fastball is playing right now, considering it's only his 5th start, coming off an elbow surgery, just how would you describe kind of what the pitch looks like and how seamlessly it's been playing?
It's been playing up and commanded really well. I thought, yeah, we used the fastball today, but also I think that we got into some counts with some spin and put guys with that, and sometimes started with the fastball, and I thought Dalton did a great job. I really did.
You talked about Shohei having an edge as a pitcher. Can you tell if he's enjoying it?
I do. I don't know if it's like an alter ego type thing, but he's enjoying it. I think that he really is very smart as far as being astute and knowing kind of where we're at, and knowing that this is an important win for us, important day. And he brought that intensity today. It's not overt, but you can feel it, and I definitely think he enjoys it.
Does that kind of set a tone for the whole team when he goes out there and starts a game that way?
It does. It does. You know, especially a team that's kind of chasing us and, you know, playing good baseball, to come out there and punch out the side. It was big, and it does set the tone. That starting pitcher sets the tone each night.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。